What's going on, everybody? Just feel like talking some stuff. Not really consider talking boxing because ain't nothing really going on in boxing right now. But what's going on with these jobs? What's going on about opening up? You got about what, about 36 million people out of jobs right now? Yeah. We're in a depression. I mean, you know, the media don't really want to say depression because, you know, once you say that big word depression, markets start to get scared and shit. So they ain't gonna say that word. But we in a great depression, and it's gonna get worse. Do you think opening up is gonna solve the problem? Maybe. No, I don't think so. As you can see in New York, ground zero, strong. Our numbers in March was here, then we peaked, then we came back down, and we back to the level where we was in March, right? And that's because the people listen to the facts and put one and one together, and two, they don't want to get sick, so they stayed home. Okay, so we had corporation. No one forced them, you know, no one took away their rights. Cuomo, the governor, decided to explain what he can do. And like he said, he cannot tell people what to do. He could just give the facts and let the people put one and one together and make two. And that's what the people did in New York. We are strong. Ground zero is strong. Okay? And that's what's going on. Now, we don't know how long we're going to stay strong because summer's coming up and people want to go out. But the facts work. People listen to common sense, and we went from here to here, all the way back down. And no one can tell me nothing because I work at the hospital. I see their bodies hitting the floor. I see the trailers. I see all that stuff. Nobody in rural areas, down south, Georgia, Wisconsin, none of these places that's not getting affected right away can't tell me shit. This up north Yankee, okay? So, yeah, we're doing a good thing. While other people in the United States that don't believe, they're so concerned about their rights. Listen, everybody got rights. I understand that. But everybody don't have common sense. And a lot of people don't believe this is going to affect them. It affect them north. It is affecting LA. It's affecting certain areas that's more inner. And who cares about them? This is human nature. If it's not affecting me, I don't give a damn about you. And in this pandemic, that doesn't work. We can't do that. We can't play that stuff right now. Because the way I see it, the rural areas, the areas that's not getting affected, but they getting affected now because like Cuomo said, our numbers went down and their numbers are going up. The other day it was 85, now it's 87,000, and then probably by after this weekend or whatever, it'll be 89. It's just going up. People don't believe in the numbers. People always have this conspiracy. They counting deaths that has nothing to do with corona, and they just put them in there because they have underlying conditions. Yeah, maybe. And so what? It is what it is. I ain't got time to be picking and stuff like that. So please calm down with that, right? So these outbreaks are different in different states. And people that's not getting affected, they don't care about the people that's getting affected. If it's not in their backyard, they don't give two shits. All right, that's human nature. So now, the jobs, listen, opening up. How do I feel about opening up? Well, this could go anyway. Let's say you open up, right? Let's say New York opens up, but people are scared to come out. How you gonna pay your rent for your store? Regardless. If you open up, that doesn't mean that everybody's going to open up with you. That doesn't mean everybody's going to sit there and guess what? Let's say you're booming the first couple weeks and shit is happening. But what happens when people get affected? Right? And then they get a surplus of people in the hospital going up. Well, guess what? You opening up for a month or two, but everybody's getting affected. Well, Cuomo say, okay, well, listen. The hospitals are overflown. They overflow. We can't do this. We can't go back to that peak. We're shutting everything down. So you see, you ain't gonna win opening up, okay? Because you open up, People are hard-headed. They ain't gonna listen. They ain't gonna follow the rules. I mean, so far in New York, I'm seeing a lot of people. Well, it doesn't know what I see. It doesn't matter what I see. I'm seeing the numbers. The numbers are showing that we went from here up, back down. So that's all that matters. People are being more responsible than being more rebellious. That's it. Okay? In New York State. That's what I'm talking about. And just like Cuomo said, listen, I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. Some things make sense to me on one side and some make sense to me on the other side. But I'm an independent person, right? And I come with my own thoughts and whatever. But like Cuomo said, you know, if I have to shut the valve down when shit is not going right, that's just what it's going to be. So opening up these areas like Wisconsin and Georgia, they want to open up. Listen, just like Cuomo said, I'm just quoting, if New Jersey want to open beaches up and New York beaches is not open, of course people from New York is going to go over there and get on the beach. All right, so this is kind of a chain reaction thing, and they all have to come together, the tri-state, and figure out shit. Okay, because when people hear things are opening over there, they're running over there, even if it's for some great coffee. Okay, so it is what it is. That's how it's gonna have to be. Okay, we're all in this together, and this is how it's gonna work, by the actions of people, right? So now these other areas like Wisconsin and Georgia and Indiana and all these places, you know, they're not taking shit seriously. They want to open up. Hey, like I said, you live and you learn. Some people live and they don't learn. They have to feel. Okay, you go by history or what's happening now. Okay, in South Korea, they was the bomb. They had everything under control. What happened? They opened up some clubs at night. Next thing you know, people got exposed. They had to shut down. Okay, Germany, you know, all these places, you know, they had to shut down. Certain parts had to shut back down, and they had their grasp on this virus. South Korea had a good grasp on this virus, and they had to shut down. So the way I see it, yeah, you can open up your stores, but if you ain't got people buying, and plus, guess what? If you ain't got no stimulus for people to buy, listen, the federal government, all right? The federal government, you got the House of Representatives, you got the Senate, you got the White House with Trump and his foolishness, right? Right? The way I see it, the Democrats, they got this bill, they want to pass it. It gets passed in the House of Representatives, it goes to the Senate, it's dead on arrival. Okay, it's dead on arrival. They're not liking what they hear now. What I'm hearing with, because you got to listen. You just can't say, I don't like this party or that party. So what I'm hearing is that the Republicans wants to safeguard the corporations from not getting sued from individuals that get COVID on the job. And what did I say about that? That makes sense. It does make sense. It really does make sense, because we are a happy suing country. We like to sue, right? And it doesn't make sense that you're going to sue your own boss or your corporation for getting a virus on the job, okay? Because then everybody, it'll go crazy. Everybody's going to sue for that same reason. So I agree on that. You see, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, but when I hear certain things, I pick it out and I say to myself, that do make sense. Now, the other thing these Republicans want, they want to influence you to go back to work. I don't believe in that. See, I just don't believe in that. Influence to take you back to work. I heard some shit about they want to give you $451. I don't know where they came that price. $451, and then they give you your salary to come back to work. That's not no kind of influence to me. $451 to go back to work. Okay, so their whole agenda is to send people back out to work. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, because once people get on the trains and buses or wherever they got to go to, they're gonna get affected. Okay, they're gonna get affected. They want to hurry up and open colleges up and dorms up. It's not gonna matter. Y'all, you're heading for self-destruction. It's not gonna work. So I don't believe in what Republicans saying on that. I do believe what Republicans saying about corporations, which I hate these corporations because they sold out to America. They capitalized by going out the country and manufacturing their goods, and then they come over here and sell it for triple its worth. Okay, so I don't agree with that. I think they raped America. they capitalize on American people by not giving people in this world right here in the United States, in our own little world, jobs to manufacture. So we got no jobs to manufacture. So how are we going to bounce back if we don't have no manufacturing jobs? All we are about is information and shit. What do we do? Okay, how are we going to bounce back? Okay, so to me, the best thing, let me hold up, sorry about that, I'm getting distracted here. So the best thing for us to do is put money in the hands of the American people. Okay, the jobs is not going to be the answer, because if everything goes back to the shutting down, then okay, I know your rights are so important in a pandemic. No, your rights are not important in a pandemic. It's not. Okay, there's certain rules to follow so we can move along. But if there's some rebellious people that they don't believe that this virus doesn't happen, let them go out. Let them go out. Let nature take its course. Natural selection, right? The hard-headed and the people that don't want to listen and don't believe will feel. Okay, I'm sorry. Even if somebody has common sense and they die tomorrow, I feel for them, right? But there's always that people that always want to show that they have rights. So, okay, you have rights, fine. Great, I'm happy for you and your rights, but it's not going to work, okay? So they need to put money in the hands, and the stimulus, that bill that the Democrats is putting out, and what the Republicans want, only thing I give for the Republicans is safeguarding the corporations from not getting sued. That's it. That's all I'm going to give them, okay? All this stuff about influence people to go back to work and giving them a little bit of chump change here to get them back to work, you can't do that, because people are right now afraid to go out, okay? And like Georgia and Wisconsin, you see some people in Wisconsin, they got the bars open, you got the fools in the bars, and the bars drinking, having a good time, like nothing's going on. When your numbers go up in Wisconsin, just make sure when you're in the hospital and they ask you, well, have you been out? Yeah, just let them know that you was marching for your rights. Yeah, tell them you was marching for your rights and you had your big Great American hat on and your rights matter and all this foolishness. Just let them know you're tracking where you was at, marching for your rights, right? These areas is going to go up. So far, we're going to go down. But in the summer of New York, we don't know how it's going to react. All right? How people are going to react. If they're just going to lay back, you're like, oh, everything's all right. Right? And then go back to the foolishness, right? Because, people forget right away when they feel like they have their rights and their independence and they got their freedom, that there's a pandemic going on out here, right? So we shall see. But in the meantime, if Democrats and Republicans can't get it together and fucking bills are getting dead on arrival, then the Federal Reserve needs to step in. They got to step in, and they're going to have to give the people the money. All right, you're bailing out corporations, you're bailing out airlines, you're bailing out all these places that can't give money. They only take, they can't give money, okay? We the people, we give money, we buy, we are consumers. So if you don't put money in our hands, okay, because we don't have no jobs, and we can't consume shit and pay taxes on it, well, how is the Federal Reserve going to win? How are the Federal Reserve going to survive? Okay, you have to do this in order to keep it circulating. Okay, giving these corporations money and all this blah, 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 they're not giving back to nobody. Okay, just their services. And half of these corporations already sold out to America. They doing fine. The stock market doing fine. They selling little stupid junk bonds. Okay, they're doing great. Okay, but the people are not. I see people out there, we want our rights. We want to be able to go here. We ready to go there. We want to open up and do this. Why aren't you saying people with that same energy, just take that energy and go to the White House and say, we need stimulus. We need money in our hands. You see? See, it's so simple, but you're so ignorant, and you want to go out and you want to party like it's 1999 and all this shit, and you want to do whatever you want to do. Everybody could do whatever they want. Just like Homo said, I got no control of people. I just state the facts, and I lay down the law of the facts. And if you don't want to abide by it, hey, fine, go out there. Don't wear a mask. People gonna look at you like you don't care about yourself, so damn well you don't care about me. And that's how American people, that's how the New York people are. You step out of line, you ain't doing something right, we gonna correct you. So people know they gotta step in line, okay? And the way I see it, you have to put money in the American people's hands. So if people want to go and open up and then they fail, let's see what the Republicans are going to say about that, because their whole influence, Trump, Republicans, their whole influence is about opening up in a pandemic. Not caring about the repercussions that even if you open up, not everybody's going to come out and support you. Not in a pandemic. Not when they see the numbers on CNN keep rising and rising and rising. Remember, America loves to push fear. Well, fear is coming to bite you back in your ass, because the American people are seeing the fear and they ain't coming out. There's more common sense people than people out there that's playing the fool, okay? So the American people need money, the consumers, so we can consume and we could spend tax, so the Federal Reserve could survive. And it seems like the federal government is going to be like, listen, you two jokers right here. Y'all ain't getting this shit right. And I think they have the right to step in and do something about it if these two idiots ain't going to come together. Okay? Okay? If these two don't want to come together, regardless if I think the Democrats are right, because some of the things they say I'm with, and some of the things they say I'm not. And the same thing with Republicans, but majority of things that Democrats is pushing, hazmat, the hazardous pay, that would be good for essential workers, frontline workers, you know what I'm saying? Such as myself, right? And housing, all these all these benefits helps the people, okay? And the way I see it, the Republicans don't want to care about the people, but we consume and we pay taxes. And that's what the Federal Reserve needs. Simple as that. And if the Federal Reserve is not getting that, well, they're going to step in. So let the Democrats, let the Republicans go back and forth, but the Federal Reserve is going to step in. And they're going to say, we need circulation. If there's no circulation, welcome to a third world party. A third world country. Okay? Look for that. We need circulation. We can't keep bailing y'all out. Okay, listen, let's say the airlines is not making the same amount of money they were supposed to make. And there's frequent flies, but where you flying to if you ain't got no money? Listen, I had a trip to go in July, and I already thought about this before the pandemic. I'm not taking no plane to go to Florida. I said, this time I'm going to drive. Here comes this pandemic, right? Yeah, so I was saying, I had a trip to go to Florida, Clearwater, Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? For a week. Pool, everything. I'm not driving to Florida no more. All right? Because if I drive to Florida, they're going to pull me over, especially with those damn New York plates. And they're going to say, where you going, sir? Oh, hell no. You ain't coming down here with your Yankee ass and give us the damn virus. Quarantine your ass for 2 weeks. So what am I supposed to do? Take 2 weeks off for quarantine and a week just to go and do my trip? No. So that's canceled. This makes common sense. Cancel the Airbnb, get our money back. Instead of that, we'll just probably find somewhere up New York State to go, get a cabin or a lodge or whatever, and a nice little lake or whatever, and chill out there in New York. You know what I'm saying? New York State. That's it. Probably do something like that for the summer. It's what it is, But you just gotta compromise and have common sense. Listen. I could say, the hell with that. I'm driving all the way to Florida. I paid for I could be ignorant like that. Next thing you know, I put myself in a position where I'm stuck in some nasty ass hotel for 2 weeks getting quarantined. Don't make any sense. That trip is over. So where am I going? Okay. People going on the plane. I heard it takes about 4 hours of this foolishness on top of you know how long it takes to get you to point A to point B in the airline, right? So now I'm hearing it's 4 extra hours. I ain't with it. I'm not with it. Not this year. Not even next year. When they end up coming out with a vaccine for this virus, so be it. Because, the way I see it, people are dying already without a freaking vaccine. So it's less of two evils. Like I said, listen, if you're scared of taking vaccines, like I said, on my job, I work at the hospital, I never took a flu shot. They say take it, you don't have to, sign a waiver, boom, bam. Never took it, never got sick. But if it comes down to this corona, and I might have to take it, because I might have to be on the job. I have to be on the job. It might be mandatory this time. This is a crisis. I might have to take it. Well, I'm like, well, hey, I take this vaccine. I never take vaccines, but I take this vaccine. It might take 10 years off my life. If I don't eat right, if I don't do this, who knows what's in that damn vaccine? What I'm going to do? Or if I don't take it, I can get my 76-year-old father exposed. My family exposed. Just a week ago, I took it. I'm negative. Doesn't mean I ain't gonna get positive tomorrow. Doesn't mean nothing. So it's like this. What I'm gonna do? All right. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. That's the world we live in right now, and that's how we're gonna deal. All right. So all your conspiracies about vaccines, I understand the mercury. Listen, I did all my research on a lot of shit. Autism. I get it. I get it. Okay, but it's coming to the point where less of two evils. Which one are you going to choose? It's either you're going to expose your family and one of them going to die, right? Or you have a choice to take something that might not get people sick, but you might get sick and it might scrape off some years off your life. Listen, I am so pissed with these politicians with you know who I don't really like? I hate Mitch McConnell with that gobble neck. I can't take this man with his gobble neck. I just want to all right, let me just calm down, yo. But you know, they did an interview with him, and he's like, "Wow, let's see, what can we do here?" You know, and they want to pause on the bill. Then they was on vacation, right? Then they came back and they want to not pause, but they want to, you know, redirect their energy on certain things, and they want to come back Memorial Day, after Memorial Day. You know, they think it's a joke, right? While people out here are suffering. Where some people are still waiting for the first stimulus. Okay? My son waiting for his stimulus. It never came. Okay? The second one, if they could give $1,200 for each person and $1,200 for each kid, I don't care if the kid is $16. You want to get $1,200 to stop fucking worrying about a kid that's 16 years old getting $1,200. See, this is what I'm talking about. People worrying about if he deserves it and he just get it, then let it be. Okay? You know, everybody's worried about everybody else. That's why we in this situation where everybody's greedy. Okay, don't worry about that. If you are adult or you it belongs to you, let it be. Okay. I know people say, "Oh, what are you going 6-year-old going to do with $1,200?" Don't worry about it, man. They living under their roof with their mother and their father. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to cut some of that to their parents, yo. So it is what it is, yo. Stop bitching about what other people are gonna get. We all out here, they don't got shit. And we need shit. Alright? Because a lot of people out here are like that, man. I swear, yo. Hold on. So please, instead of marching for your rights in a pandemic, have common sense. Keep your ass home. If you want to come out and march with your mask on, you know, with your mask on, 6 feet apart. And the only thing you should be marching for is a stimulus. Okay? Not to parade your ass around where everything is closed. Now everybody's going to open up. Look at JC Penney is already about to go bankrupt. Okay? Some of these stores is not going to open anyway. They lost it, man. They lost it. Even if I wanted to buy a house in Florida and get away from this area right now that I'm living in New York, I can't even do that right now. If I want to jump and drive down there and make appointments, I can't even buy a house right now if I want to. I wouldn't do it anyway now. I would wait a year, another 2, when this shit just, everything real estate drops. That's a whole different story, yo. Well, if the house, a house price don't want to drop, best believe you got good credit, that interest rate is going to drop. Something's going to drop. So I'm just going to wait. Yeah, I'm going to wait. That's all we got on our side is time. Just to wait. We got time and we got life. Those are 2 things that we have. All we need now is a freaking stimulus so we can survive. And if the Democrats and the Republicans can come to a decision, well, the only thing I can say at the end of this video is the Federal Reserve is going to have to do what he got to do. That's it. The Federal Reserve is going to do what they got to do because they need sales tax from the consumers. Okay? Because we ain't got no manufacturing jobs to bounce back from. You know what I'm saying? So this is how I'm going to end it. If the politics and the Democrats and the Republicans can get into what they're supposed to do, the Federal Reserve is going to have to jump in. What's his name? James Powell, something like that. He's going to have to jump in, and he's going to have to give people checks every month. Y'all bail out corporations. You're going to have to give checks every month so people can buy food. They pay sales tax on that. They buy shit from Amazon. They have something to buy and fluctuate the money back into the Federal Reserve. That's it. Because the airlines ain't going to do that. Wall Street corporations is not putting money back in the... Man, they just sucking up money, man. That's all I can say. They just sucking up shit. And they doing fine right now. Okay? They doing fine. Wall Street, all of them doing fine right now. But we are not. So we shall see. Boxing, I ain't got nothing to talk about right now. When I do, I will talk about boxing. But for now, I think this is more important. And the kids and the youths and everybody need to just stick on this, man. Stick on this, because you turning up. Where you turning up to? You ain't in the clubs. You ain't in the lounges. All you could do is turn up on a car that's parked and blast your damn music and drive me fucking crazy with it. Okay? So that's it, man. Listen, y'all have a nice day. If not, it is what it is. A lot of people out there not having a nice day. Get over it. Shit.